What's up, everybody? It is Lance freaking Hepler with the wonderful Brandy Hepler and Dan Beal. We are at Portland Trophy Cup tonight because
it's time to race cyclocross bikes.
It's time to race cyclocross bikes.
Cyclocross.
All right, let's see what happens.
3-4, 35 plus. Please roll forward.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us on today's video. Yes, it is the best cyclocross race series we have here in Portland. There's a bunch of great race series in Portland, but Trophy Cup is just special. I don't know why it is. Look at this. So we were lining up the Cat 3-4 40-plus Masters group, and there was 70 of them. It was a gigantic field, and we were kind of in the way and letting everybody get through there. And then they called up the 50-year-olds. We were the 50-plus group. There was about 40 of us in this field tonight. In contrast, there was a race last night as well, and there were only 5 people in the 50-plus field. So this is a very popular race series. It is it's just a big party when the sun goes down. Just the work that they have put into making this race, and Clint Culpepper, the race promoter, he's just done a fantastic job. And this race is just a blast. If you're in Portland, you need to be here on Tuesday nights. It's just too much fun. So here we go, racing, and here we go. I did manage to get on the front row just by being obnoxious and being right up there. I actually had a pretty decent start. That is Webster Wilson right ahead of me, Scott Mayers on the left, and who was that on the outside? I didn't know who this guy was, but he races for Cyclepath. He is Joe Reynolds, and he actually raced really well today. I think it's Joe Reynolds. I hope I don't screw that up. Anyway, we had a 30-second gap between the 3-4 Masters went and then our 50-plus field went, and we caught them within 2 minutes. We caught the back of their field actually pretty quickly. So today was just as much about passing practice and getting through traffic as anything else. That guy right there on the right, that's Mike Benet. He's also a great racer. I've known him for quite a while. And Webster Wilson, who's up in front in the red kit, we've raced quite a bit together. I hardly ever beat Webster. I mean, I'm just lucky if I am. But with our big field of 40, I got a decent start, and we're just going to try to hold on here as much as we can. Here is the first set of barriers. They weren't bad. There's kind of uphill right there, and so that wasn't too bad. And then we're already starting, here we are, 2.5 minutes into the race, and we're already catching the back half of these 40-plus fields. So it became on how well you could get through traffic and whatnot. And it played a part in some stuff. But that's cyclocross racing. It's all fun. I managed to stay with Webster for about a lap and a half. But the class of this field, see, there's Joe Reynolds, is right there on the right in the black kit. That's Jeff Rice. He is a new 50-year-old, and so he's crushing us. There's my teammate Brian Floyd. He was in the 3-4 field. He kind of turfed that corner and held me up just about, but it didn't affect anything. So Brian, no worries, brother. It's all good. So you can tell here we're coming into like a couple of 180 turns, switchbacks, and it was so crowded here. I was just laughing.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, traffic.
So much traffic, and I'm like laughing with Webster, who's in the red kit, and there's just so many people out, and we're trying to work through some of the back half of this 3-4 field as quick as we can so we can have some clear. Now, this part of the course had a really cool feature. It was an up-down, a little bit of a sharp turn here, and then a little steep spot, but there was a log at the top, and I rode over it. Blink, blink. Everybody else dismounted. It wasn't a very big log, so I was able to ride over it and stay right here with the leaders for a little bit. But the log did not last, unfortunately. It only made it the first lap. Some 6-year-old crashed on it. I hope he didn't get hurt. I really don't know. But after he crashed on it, they just pulled it off the course. So the log was not in play anymore. So just past my teammate Dan Beal. We saw him in the opening scene here. But he was in the 3-4 field as well, and just trying to work through guys. Here's another tricky feature. It is a set of stairs and a ramp going down, and the entrance into the stairs is on concrete pavement, and so it's a little bit tricky and a little bit slick, and you gotta kind of set your dismount down carefully so that you don't slide out, because we see people slide out there. But, you know, there's barriers in the way, and there's how do you make the course and then go over the barriers? They built a staircase, so fantastic. Well done, Clint. So here we go. So again, moving through traffic. Now we're into the tents, and the section right here, there's another set of barriers. And it's kind of funny. In this section, there's also there's an announcer who is just like mocking and making fun of people and just having a good time and just announcing the barriers right there, and it sits there right in front of all the team tents and all the party, and you'll see some more footage of that after my race footage. But it's all good and fun. Usually, probably in years past, there's been jumps there instead of barriers, or you can take the jump or the barrier. You can choose one or the other. And my guess is that the jumps will be back in subsequent races, but who knows? We'll see. The jumps kind of make it fun. They're a little bit tricky and a little bit dangerous. They make the jumps optional. You don't have to do them, but you know, we're out here freaking having a good time. Let's just roll and hit the jumps. So that's kind of the idea. So here we are coming to the log spot again, and I'm gearing up to be able to bunny hop the log, and oh no, they've already pulled it off the course. Dang it. I was liking the log because I could get over it kind of quickly. It favored me just a little bit, but that's not I don't have control over the course, so it's all good. So we're just putting the gas to it and seeing what we can do. Here we're going through the gauntlet of all the team tents and everybody yelling your name, and people making fun of me that I have a GoPro mount on my chest strap. But hey, how else do we get this footage? I kind of like the chest footage better than the footage that's attached under the stem, but you know, whatever. It's all. Oh, that was my friend Dylan Wiggins. He was in the 3-4 field. I passed him going through the start finish, and he jumped on my wheel, and then he dove bombed me on a corner, you know, because we're just having a good time. He dove bomb me on a corner to get around me, and then I dove bomb him right back on the very next corner. We didn't crash each other out or even like make contact, but it was just a fun little exchange with my friend Dylan Wiggins. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. From here, is this? I think this was the last lap, and I know at this point that I'm running in 5th place. I know that there were Jeff Rice was up the road, Webster Wilson was up the road, some guy in the white kit who turned out to be Joe Reynolds, and then Mike Benet. And here's Mike Benet. I ended up catching him on the last lap, and I didn't know this at the time. Mike was having some technical issues with his brake, and I actually passed him right there, but of course I didn't catch it on the camera. I got around Mike, and then he hit a stake because he was having brake issues, but I ended up getting around Mike Benet, and I ended up 4th out of the 40 people that were in the 50-plus races. That was a fantastic result for me. I was really pleased with that. I was only like 90 seconds back of the winners. There's Webster Wilson on the left who took 2nd, and Mike Benet showing us what was wrong with his bike. I barely
caught him only because he had a mechanical.
On the right.
Good job, Mike.
And, well done. And Mike was 5th. They didn't quite have the results right in the automatic things, but it's all good. Here's a little shot of the team tent area. Look at how many people are here. There's Sean Stiles. And there's, 8 or 10 teams have team tents up. There's bikes everywhere. People are barbecuing. Some people are cooking hot dogs. Everybody's hanging out. There's the Dialed team tent. We got 3 guys right here. That's Josh and Brian and Jerry Pruitt. hanging out at the team tent after the race, and then fantastic. Here's the women's field. There must have been like 120 women racing tonight. They didn't even fit in the start chute. That was the 1-2s that just took off. Here's the women's single speed race about to go. It is just amazing. We had so many women racing. This is just so fantastic that this all happened. Here's the single speeders taking off. It is starting to just go sunset. So beautiful pictures and great stuff happening. But look it up. Here's the 3-4 women. This was a really big field of 40 or 50 people in the 3-4 women race. So good. And then there was also a beginner section, and beginners race for free at this race. So if you're not sure if you're gonna like cyclocross or it's all gonna be good, you can come try it for free. So fantastic. Here's the call up for the 1-2 pros. Stephen Hartzell. So I think there was 10 or 12 guys in this. There is Landon Farnsworth.
Isn't on a mountain bike. I'm not in a mountain bike race
That's
anymore.
Zach.
But you're still on a mountain bike.
I'm making fun of Landon.
This is a cross bike.
It's mountain bike
ass.
ass.
The City Kit is, I think that's Hammerquest. Not sure. There's Steve Hartzell. There's Andrew Loiza.
And then an empty bike. Is this one for me? Can I ride that one?
So fantastic. Here's the start. Look at that. Hartzell gets a great start. They're right. These guys are racing with lights on their bikes, most of them, because it starts to get pretty pitch dark. Here is the Master 1-2 race. Big group of the Master 1-2 race. Jeff Rice jumped into this race as well, but I think it was... Oh, here's the start of the single speeders, and I'm making fun of Jeremy Russell right before the race starts. Just trying to take his mind off of the pain that's about to come. But gigantic single speed field. So just great racing. So much happening. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching. These Portland Trophy Cup races are a riot. They're a ton of fun. There's some mayhem that happens. Here's my teammate Paul First, trying to bunny hop the barriers and turfing it and grabbing his bike and then jumping over and then going to remount and getting run into the guy behind him who goes over bars, and then he dropped his chain and he had a hard time getting his chain back on, but Paul jumped in there and kept going. A couple of guys are able to bunny hop the barriers. I did not even think twice about it. Here's Landon Farnsworth on his not mountain bike. No problem bunny hopping the barriers. It's so fun. And it's so fun to be at these races. Everybody's hanging in there. I think that's Bennett up there that maybe took top 3 in the 1-2 field, and he's like a teenager. Just fantastic. All right, we will do some more racing this weekend. I'm not sure what else is going to happen this week, but if you're in Portland, you should be at these Tuesday night races. Don't miss them. Hey, thanks for watching.